Good morning, HighPointe Garage. It's Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and this is your morning meeting. Let's get ready for our day of learning by focusing our minds and bodies. Get comfortable and follow along with the video.
Good morning. This is a 5-minute meditation to start the day. To begin, just find a comfortable position, whether you are sitting up in bed, in a chair, or cross-legged on the floor. Allow yourself these few moments to set aside all of your cares, worries, concerns, and just take this time for yourself. Bring focus to my voice and to the suggestions that I will give. And as you start to settle in, rest your palms gently on your legs or knees and take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nostrils and gently out. Bring your focus to keeping a nice, calming flow of your breath in and out, just effortlessly and naturally. And on your next breath in, just use that breath to imagine a gentle pull upwards on your body, as if trying to stretch yourself taller. And on each exhale, just keep that chest comfortably raised. Breathe in and stretch up, lengthen the spine. Feel that gentle stretch on your back. Take a few seconds now to find that centeredness, just continuing to breathe gently and naturally in and out. As you begin your day, you will recognize your ability to deal with any challenge that is presented to you. If a problem arises, you will be able to calmly assess the situation and work out solutions without the distraction of added worry or anxiety. As you prepare your body and mind for this day, count down with me from 5 to 1. After each number, I will offer you a short phrase to say to yourself, either out loud or in your mind. Starting with 5. Welcoming a new day. 4. Clear and focused mind. 3. Presence and awareness. 2. Calm and centered. 1. Awake and ready. Great job. Now we'll do the same exercise just once more, counting down again and repeating after me. 5. Welcoming a new day. 4. Clear and focused mind. 3. Presence and awareness. 2. Calm and centered. And 1. Awake and ready. Great job. As you prepare to go about your day, know that you have the confidence and strength to accomplish your goals and be a positive and calming influence on all who you encounter. Come back to this meditation session any or every morning to help you prepare for each day. Mindful Peace Journey.
Thank you all for your participation. Let's find someone to greet. Find a friend, say good morning, and ask them how they are. Shake their hand, wish them a good day. Then find someone else and do the same thing. I'll give you a little time. All right, please find your seat again. Thank you. Today is National Paperclip Day. This celebrates a small but handy invention. Yes, even the paperclip has its own day of honor. This quirky national day celebrates the well-known piece of curved wire that keeps our papers together and helps us stay organized. While many have claimed earlier invention of the paperclip, according to the Early Office Museum, Samuel B. Fay received the first patent for a bent wire paperclip in the United States in 1867. The original intention of Fay's clip was to attach tickets to fabric. However, U.S. Patent 64088 recognized that paperclips could also hold papers together. As many as 50 others received patents for similar designs before 1899. One other notable name receiving a patent for his paperclip design in the United States was Earlman J. Wright in 1877. At that time, he advertised his clip for use in fastening newspapers. The Jim paperclip, which was most likely in production in Britain in the early 1870s by the Jim Manufacturing Company, was never patented. However, it is the most common type of wire paperclip we still use today. In 1904, Cushman and Dennison registered a trademark for the Jim name in connection with paperclips. The paperclip was more than a universal office supply during World War II. This small item provided a visual method of protest during the war when any outward signs of objection could be dangerous, even in familiar company. Norwegians were particularly persistent in their development of using paperclips as a symbol of defiance, particularly against the Nazis. Wearing a paperclip represented sticking together until the Nazis caught on and banned the wearing of paperclips. According to a March 5, 1941 Provo, Utah newspaper article in the Daily Herald, the Norwegians switched to new symbols quickly as the bans could be issued. In 1998, something amazing happened in the town of Whitewell, a small rural community of fewer than 2,000 people nestled in the mountains of Tennessee. Whitwell Middle School principal Linda Hooper asked language arts teacher Sandra Roberts and assistant principal David Smith to begin a Holocaust education class that would be the basis for teaching tolerance and diversity in a voluntary after-school program. When the students, mostly white and Christian, struggled to grasp the concept and enormity of the 6 million Jews who died during the Holocaust, they decided to collect 6 million paper clips, one for each soul who perished. Why paper clips? The students' research found that Norwegians wore paper clips as a silent protest and symbol of resistance against Nazi occupation during World War II. It was this simple idea that eventually and quite unintentionally turned into a worldwide phenomena, drawing international media attention and letters of support from literally every continent. The Paper Clips project extended over several years, and in 2001, the school dedicated a children's Holocaust memorial, which includes an authentic German rail car filled with a portion of the more than 3 million paper clips they eventually collected. A moving documentary entitled Paper Clips and originally released theatrically in 2004 captures how these students responded to lessons about the Holocaust and how a committed group of children and educators provided hope and inspiration to countless others around the globe. Uses for paper clips include replacing a zipper tab, unclogging a spray bottle, unclogging a single-serve coffee maker, a hem holder, and emergency hooks for broken necklaces. Today, paper clips come in various sizes, shapes, and colors and can make your paperwork look more fun and lively. In fact, paper clips are not just for holding papers together. What can you think of to use a paper clip for? Our weather today will be cooler than yesterday with temperatures just in the low 60s. Rain and clouds until this evening. Then tomorrow we start a warming trend to the upper 70s with plenty of sunshine. In our weather wonderings, there is no denying the beauty of a Colorado thunderstorm in all its lightning glory. Let's find out more about Colorado's lightning season. The advent of spring, typically in March, heralds the onset of thunderstorms and lightning events. These meteorological phenomena intensify in the subsequent months of April and May. On an annual basis, the United States experiences approximately 446 million lightning pulses. Over half of these lightning events involve cloud-to-ground strikes, resulting in a minimum of 30 million locations impacted by lightning each year. Florida holds the title of the lightning capital of the nation, with Four Corners, Florida, being the most lightning-prone area in the state. Colorado, however, also experiences a high frequency of lightning events due to its mountainous regions. These mountains play a crucial role in triggering thunderstorms from spring through fall. A typical thunderstorm day in Colorado commences with a sunny morning, followed by the formation of clouds over the mountains and foothills west of the I-25 corridor. As these clouds develop into thunderstorms, upper-level steering winds push the storms east onto the plains. The formation of lightning is a complex process involving the interaction of water droplets and ice within storm clouds. Rising air currents within a storm transports water droplets towards the icy tops of bus formations where some droplets quickly freeze. The mixture of water and ice leads to the development of an electric charge. When these collide, water droplets freeze and release heat. This heat keeps the surface of hail and ice slightly warmer than their surrounding environment, forming a soft hail or graupel. When graupel collides with additional water droplets and ice particles, electrons are sheared off the ascending particles, collecting on the descending particles. Because electrons carry a negative charge, the result is a storm cloud with a negatively charged base and a positively charged top. This process is essential for the development of an electric charge within the cloud. When this charge accumulates sufficiently, a bolt of lightning extends from the cloud to the ground, discharging large amounts of electricity. In tropical regions where the atmosphere maintains higher temperatures at greater altitudes, many storms can produce heavy rainfall but no lightning. Therefore, a low altitude freezing level, as is the case in Colorado, increases the number of lightning strikes observed along the Front Range. This low freezing level also contributes to the production of hail, a common occurrence in Colorado. Cloud-to-ground lightning can cause harm to people and animals either directly or indirectly. The lightning current can branch off a tree, fence, pole, or other tall objects, electrocuting nearby humans or animals. Additionally, lightning strikes may conduct their current through the ground to a person after the lightning strikes a nearby object. The current may also travel through power lines, telephone lines, plumbing pipes, umbrellas, or other conductors to a person who is in contact with these items. For instance, a golfer carrying a metal rod and wearing spiked shoes is at heightened risk during a lightning event. Over the past 30 years, lightning has caused an average of 28 deaths per year in the United States. This is higher than the average of 23 deaths per year caused by tornadoes and the average of 17 deaths per year caused by hurricanes. However, because lightning usually affects only one or two victims at a time and does not cause the mass destruction left in the wake of tornadoes or hurricanes, it generally receives less attention than these more destructive weather-related phenomena. While documented lightning injuries in the United States average about 300 per year, undocumented injuries caused by lightning are likely much higher. In Colorado, a factor that often leads to a false sense of security and causes many people to remain outdoors for too long is the naturally dry air. Often rain from thunderstorms evaporates before it reaches the ground. This phenomenon is known as virga. Lightning is still produced in these dry thunderstorms, but with no rain to drive people indoors, the tendency is to stay outside until it is too late. Additionally, lightning has been known to strike as far as 10 miles from the approaching storm. Therefore, even if it's not raining yet, it does not mean you are safe from lightning. It is always advisable to stay alert to changing weather conditions while you are outside and have a plan for seeking shelter if lightning becomes a threat. Make sure that you are paying attention to the weather as you are out and about in these warmer days. If lightning is seen, seek shelter immediately. Here's our joke of the day. What do you call it when a bunch of apes start a company? What do you call it when a bunch of apes start a company? Monkey business. Today in history.
May 29th, 1953. Climbers Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay become the first to reach the top of Mount Everest in Asia's Himalayas. Years later, Hillary says he would not have made it to the summit of the world's highest peak without his partner.
Teamwork it was that got Tenzing and me to the top of Everest.
1917.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
President John F. Kennedy is born in the Boston suburb of Brookline, Massachusetts. Kennedy inspires Americans with his charisma, facing Cold War crises from Cuba to Berlin before he was assassinated in Dallas. 1765, a decade before the American Revolution, Patrick Henry denounces Britain's Stamp Act before Virginia's House of Burgesses. Responding to a cry of treason against British colonial rule, Henry declares, "If this be treason, make the most of it." And 1903.
Thanks for the memory of sentimental verse.
Comedian Bob Hope, who entertained Americans and U.S. troops worldwide for decades, is born in London. Today in history, May 29th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
And that is our day in history. Let's play Would You Rather. So I'm going to ask a question. Today's question is, would you rather never eat watermelon again or eat watermelon with every meal? If you would never eat watermelon again, walk over to the whiteboards. If you would rather eat watermelon with every meal, go over to the windows. You have a minute to move to your choice. Remember, if you would rather never eat watermelon again, walk over to the whiteboards. If you would rather eat watermelon for every meal, go to the windows. Hurry and get to your place of decision. Which would you rather do with watermelon? Let's find out what you are thinking. Let's start with those of you by the windows. Why would you rather eat watermelon for every meal? I'm going to give you some time, and the leader is going to call on people to answer the question. Why would you rather eat watermelon with every meal? Now let's hear from those of you by the whiteboards. Why would you rather never eat watermelon again? I'll give you some time, and the leader will call on people to answer. Why would you rather never eat watermelon again? Terrific. Thank you so much, everyone. In honor of John F. Kennedy's birthday today, let's hear his words for the quote of the day. The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. A picture is worth 1,000 words. What do you think of when you see this picture? It's time to connect and share our lives with each other. What happened yesterday? Were there any celebrations or challenges? Share your thoughts. What will today bring to you? What are you expecting? Share your thoughts. And what are you looking forward to tomorrow? Share your thoughts. Let's look at our schedules for today. Today's morning schedule for enrichment. 8 o'clock was arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 a social activity from the binder in the social circle, 10 o'clock morning meeting, 10:30 book club, and 11 o'clock lunch. For engagement, 8 o'clock arrival, 9:15 transition to SCC and lessons, 9:30 morning meeting, 10 o'clock book club, 10:30 social activity binder in the social circle, and 11 o'clock is lunch. And for this afternoon schedule for enrichment, 12 o'clock you have tech choice activities or lunch for returning SCC clients. At 12:55, recognizing feelings. 1:30, fitness binder activity. 2 o'clock, virtual tour of the Butterfly Conservatory, Part 2, and then departure. For engagement, at 12 o'clock, tech and choice activities or lunch for returning SCC clients. 12:55, virtual tour of the Butterfly Conservatory, Part 2. 1:30, recognizing feelings. 2 o'clock, fitness binder, and departure. Thank you for your participation in morning meeting. Have a wonderful day.